Shalom, shalom, shalom. Giving praise to the mighty Yah for blessing me to come before him on another Holy Shabbat day. I thank the Most High Yah for blessing me and my family, protecting us from sickness, making sure that we're in good health today. I thank the Most High for allowing us to see another day of his creation. Me, my family, my wife is in good health. All of my children are getting in good health. My grandchildren are in good health. And I just thank the Most High for his blessing upon us. You know, so much is going on in the world today, but I just thank the Most High for his divine protection. I ask the Most High that he continue to protect us, and that he continue to give us his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And today, a good lesson that I want to bring forth is a lesson that's going to come out of the book of Numbers, chapter 16. And we're going to examine Numbers chapter 16, and we're going to see some of the good points and how we can affect even our lives today when we're dealing with people. So at this time, my wife, she will start reading, starting at Numbers chapter 16, verse 1.
Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men. And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of all of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said to them, You take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation is holy, every one of them, and Yahweh is among them.
Stop. So we see that Korah, they began to accuse Moses of what? Selfishness and taking power and prestige from them for themselves at the expense of the rest of the nation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which and they feel like, as we get in to read the lesson, they're gonna feel like, well, we just as, we know we hold it, just as Moses hold it. How come he get to be over us? We all hold it. But just we're gonna keep this reading the scripture, and you're gonna find out. Because a lot of times when we're dealing with people, you'd be surprised how many people are envy and jealous of you if you're in a position where the Most High puts you there. And a lot of times they don't understand when they're coming against you, or they'll think they're coming against you, they really are truly coming against the Creator, because he's the one that put you in that position. And the thing about it is, no matter what position the Creator has you in, you ought to be satisfied and happy. But a lot of times people are not satisfied whatever the position that Yah has them, especially if they're not what? So-called the what? The leader. What those saying, everybody want to be a chief, but don't nobody want to be what? An Indian. And that's true. The same spirit that you're going to find with the people in Numbers 16 chapter is the same spirit that we're dealing with people today. So you have to be able to find out who these people are, and you're going to find out that the Most High is going to separate these people from you. Why? Because we're going into a time where you need to know who's on your side. We finna go into a time where there's going to come a shortage of food and water, and it's going to be a terrible time that is approaching, fastly approaching upon our people. And you need to know who is truly on Yah's side, who is truly for Yah's people, and not for their own selfish gain or selfish reason. Continue reading.
Why then lift you up yourselves above the congregation of Yahweh? And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face. And he spoke to Korah and to all his company, saying, Even tomorrow Yahweh will show who are his and who is holy.
See, one thing about it, Yah always going to show who he has anointed to be the leader. That's one thing for sure. You don't have to rest. You don't have to doubt that Yahweh will always show the people who he has chosen, who he has anointed to be the leader of the people. Continue reading.
And will cause him to come near to him, even him whom he has chosen, will he cause to come near to him. This do, take you censers, Korah, and all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense in them before Yahweh tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom Yahweh does choose, he shall be holy. You take too much upon you, you sons of Levi. And Moses said to Korah, Hear, I pray you, you sons of Levi. Seem it but a small thing to you that the Elohim of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of Yahweh.
Stop. Y'all saying that you sons of Levi, y'all got an important job, responsibility that Yah already gave you. To do what? To be ministers to the people? To, what it say about the congregation?
It says to do service.
And to stand before the congregation to minister to them. So y'all saying, Moses telling them, y'all got it. Y'all already have an important job. Y'all are ministers to the people. But you know what though? Sometimes people don't, that's just not good enough for them. You know, to be ministers to the people. Y'all had already chosen you to do this. Y'all done gave you an important job. But I guess they didn't see it as being important. If Yah allowed you to be a doorman in his house, that's important. You ought to be thankful. If Yah allowed you to be a sweeper, clean up around the tabernacle, man, you ought to be thankful. You ought to be thankful that, look, I'm glad the Most High chose me to do this, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. So Moses said, man, y'all, listen, y'all ministers, y'all chose y'all to be ministers to the people. But was that good enough for them? No, they wanted something much more than that. Keep reading.
10 says, And he has brought you near to him, and all your brothers, the sons of Levi, with you, and seek you the priesthood also.
See, now you see what they want to be. What they want to be in the priesthood. But remember now, they were the sons of Levi, right? But were they the sons of Aaron?
No,
they weren't Aaron's sons. See, and you watch the wisdom of the Most High, how he deal with this situation. See, they weren't satisfied with being the minister to the people. They want to be in the priesthood. But you got to understand what Yah said about Aaron and his sons. They weren't Aaron's sons. They weren't from Aaron's loins, but they was from the tribe of Levi. But they weren't from whose son? They weren't Aaron's.
They weren't Aaron's son.
Okay, keep reading.
For which cause both you and all your company are gathered together against Yahweh. And what is Aaron that you murmur against him?
See, they not only they murmur against Moses, they murmur against Aaron too. Keep reading.
And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, We will not come up. Is it a small thing that you have brought us up out of the land that flows with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except you make yourself altogether a prince over us?
So you make yourself a king over us. Now watch this. Now they comparing the land where they were slaves at to the land of milk and honey that the Most High promised to give them. Now how is that? You don't think that's a slap in the creative face? The land that you was a slave at, the land that you was being abused at, you comparing that to the land that the Most High promised to give you. Now, don't you think that's a slap in the creative face? You was a slave in Egypt. You was being mistreated in Egypt. But now you want to compare that to the blessing of the Most High. That's a total slap in the creative face. Keep reading.
Moreover, you have not brought us into a land that flows with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Will you put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. And Moses was very angry and said unto Yahweh, Respect not you their offering. I have not taken one donkey from them.
Moses, I haven't taken nothing from them. Keep reading.
Neither have I hurt one of them.
Moses, I haven't done anything to them. I don't know why they coming up against. It's because now you're dealing with what? Jealousy and what? And what? Envy. See, jealousy and envy will cause people to come against you for no reason. Because they want to be in your position. See, that's why the Most High speak against jealousy and envy. Jealousy will cause people to go Jealousy will cause people to try to take your life, to move you out the way. Keep reading.
And Moses said to Korah, Be you and all your company before Yahweh, you and they and Aaron tomorrow. And take every man his censer and put incense in them and bring you before Yahweh. Every man his censer, 250 censers, you also and Aaron, each of you and his censer. Well, it says each of you his censer.
Now remember there are certain things. You might be from the tribe of Levi, right? But there are certain things only the priest is supposed to do.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So they really set their own self up for destruction. Yeah, they might be from the tribe of Levi. That's true. But there's only certain things that only Aaron and his sons supposed to what? Do. Keep reading.
18. And they took every man his censer and put fire in them and laid incense thereon and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of Yahweh appeared to all the congregation. And Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment.
See, because of what we're finna go through as a people, in this day and time we're living in, y'all finna cause you to separate from people that's not really for him. See, but you notice something though? A wicked person, you notice something? They always try to form a group.
Yeah.
They can't do wrong by themselves. They always got to influence other people to come along with them. So you don't never want to go along with somebody when you know they're not right. Or when they're often just going against the creator laws, statutes, and commandments. You don't go along with that person. But wicked people always try to get other people to go along with them. You know, they can't just go along and be wicked by themselves. They got to bring people along with them. You know, what's saying that? Satan always got to get a following. Keep reading.
And they fell upon their faces and said, O Elohim, the Elohim of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and will you be angry with all the congregation? And Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the congregation, saying, Get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abram. And Moses rose up and went to Dathan and Abram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spoke to the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest you be consumed in all their sins.
We living in a day and time now where you better separate yourself from wicked people, because I'm going to tell you something. Y'all judgment is here, and if people not paying attention, you're going to soon see. Look at one thing about me. I think the Creator forgive me the wisdom. I pay attention to the Creator, his creation. I look around and I see a lot of green grass. And it's supposed to be the month of the heathen month. J-A-N, the Jan month. First month. But I look around, I look at the grass is green. I pay attention to the birds. And I notice that this time of the year is not going to be as cold as what people think. The season is going to be out of whack. We might see a few months from now, 3-4 months from now, it might be cold. When it should be warm. Right now, I've seen a few days from now, it's going to be 60-some degrees. So we have to pay attention. Y'all judgment's here. Now, when y'all judge a nation, what are some of the things that y'all do to a nation? First of all, he attacks the economy. He attacks what? The water supply. He brings forth the curse, the viruses. These are some of the things that y'all going to bring to this country. Water supply shortages, food shortages, disease, viruses. So you need to know what's going on, because you need to separate yourself from people that are not willing to follow Yah, as Yah said, because it's going to be crucial. Because you don't want to be around people that are not willing to follow Yah's laws, statutes, and commandments to the T. And that's why Yah's going to cause us to separate from people like that, because we living in a day and time. There's a time coming where, listen, you need to know who you can trust. Because we in the belly of this beast, and this beast finna start biting. And the only thing that's going to save us is those that are truly servants of the Creator, that truly have a relationship with the Most High. That's why you need to separate yourself from people that are not truly seeking the Most High. Read.
So they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby you shall know that Yahweh has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they are visited after the visitation of all men, then Yahweh has not sent me. But if Yahweh makes a new thing, and the earth opens her mouth and swallows them up, with all that appertains to them, and they go down alive into the pit, then you shall understand that these men have provoked Yahweh.
And see, that's what happened when you come against y'all's leadership. The people that y'all ordained to be leaders of the people, you provoke Yah. And as I was reading, I thought about the earth opened up yesterday. When I came home around about about noon, about 12:17, I heard a big explosion. And so my teenage son I was in the back, and I was like, hey man, what you doing up there? I'm fussing at him because I don't know what's going on. He said, well, Dad, I ain't doing nothing. So I'm looking around. I look outside because I'm thinking there's a gas line or something exploding out in the streets, because it was a big old boom. So come to find out, there was an earthquake, 2.8 hit yesterday. You know, I pay attention to everything that the Creator is doing. And the Creator is letting us know that his judgment is here. Gather yourself together. What y'all saying is that get yourself right with him. We need to get ourselves right with the Creator, because I'm going to tell you something. It's going to get terrible for our people. Those that prepare, or those that are prepared, I'm going to say this. You know, y'all said it's going to be like a woman in travail, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you notice there are some women, when they go to the hospital and have a baby, they delivery is a long process. Yeah. But there are some women go in the hospital and have their child, and they go through and be short. Yeah. So what are y'all saying? You know, maybe that the woman that, you know, they may have took care of their bodies, they may have ate the right food, they might have exercised. See, every woman's birth pains is not what? Not the same. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying, some people, yes, although we're going to be going through this food shortage and water shortage, some people are not going to feel the same effects as what? Other people. Mm-hmm. And that's all I want to say on that. Continue reading.
31. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking of these words, that the ground divided apart that was under them. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertained to Korah, and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up also. And there came out a fire from Yahweh, and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. And Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, that he take up the censers out of the burning, and scatter you fire yonder, for they are hollow. The censers of these sinners against their own souls. Let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar, for they offered them before Yahweh. Therefore they are hollowed, and they shall be a sign to the children of Israel.
So what is y'all saying? If you're not ordained by the Most High, you better not be touching the what? The hollow things.
Right. Mm-hmm.
See, they weren't supposed to touch those hollow things. Yeah, they were from the tribe of Levi, but they weren't Aaron, and they weren't one of Aaron's sons. And they did what? They touched the what? The hollow things.
Mm-hmm.
We better learn as a people to stay in the place where y'all put us.
Right.
And stop trying to, get in somebody else's position. We better be happy where the Most High placed us at. And don't touch the hollow things of the Creator if He didn't put you in that position. Mm-hmm. Continue reading.
And Eleazar the priest took the brazen censers with which they that were burnt had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial to the children of Israel, that no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron come near to offer incense before Yahweh, that he be not as Korah and as his company, as Yahweh said to him by the hand of Moses. But on the next day, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, You have killed the people of Yahweh. And it came to pass, when the congregation had gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of Yahweh appeared.
Now, you just seen the Most High open up the ground against the people that came against Aaron, against Moses. Seem like you'll be afraid to say something else against the man of the Most High. They didn't learn. Mm-hmm. So they let all people, man, sometimes we some hard-headed people. If I was seeing that the Most High opened up the ground and swallowed these people that came against the man that He anointed, man, I'm not finna say nothing against that person. But you see how foolish y'all people, they saw this and they still gonna speak out against the man of Yah. Mm-hmm. Man, our people, I think sometimes we ain't wrapped too tight upstairs. Continue reading.
And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation, and Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment. And they fell upon their faces. And Moses said to Aaron, Take a censer and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly to the congregation and make an atonement for them. For there is wrath gone out from Yahweh, the plague is begun.
See, now, here's a plague. Now, you'd have seen what the Most High did to these people over the ground.
Moses still trying to save
And Moses, the man that y'all speaking out against, he's still trying to
make an atonement
for y'all, still trying to save you. See, that's what a lot of times the people that come against you don't know. You still trying to help them. Mm-hmm. Although they coming against you, they stab you in the back, but your heart is still trying to do right by them, trying to, mm-hmm. pray for them and tell y'all, give them another chance, y'all. Have mercy upon them, y'all. Mm-hmm. Keep reading.
And Aaron took as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation, and behold, the plague had begun among the people.
See, the plague had already begun.
And he put on incense and made an atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living.
So y'all done killed some more people. Keep reading.
And the plague was stayed.
Moses still trying to stay, come be an atonement for the people. But guess what? Y'all still destroyed some of them people too. Keep reading.
Now they that died in the plague were 14,700.
14,700.
Besides them that died about the matter of Korah, 50. And Aaron returned to Moses to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed.
Look at all those people that lost their lives. Why?
For the words. Coming
against the man of the Most High. One thing I learned, you don't go along with people when they're wrong. Just by them, y'all had already said, listen, y'all sons of Levi, y'all are ministers to the people. But were they satisfied with that? No, they weren't satisfied with that. They accused Moses, man, you just want to be a king over us. You done brought us out here in the wilderness and then You know, took us from the land that was flowing with milk and honey. Now they comparing to Egypt where they were slaves and being mistreated. They comparing that to what y'all said that he was gonna take them to. Now how that's a slap in the creative face.
Right.
In my closing, be satisfied with the position where y'all has placed you. Don't get envy in your heart. Don't be jealous. Because if y'all put you in a position, he wants you there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Be satisfied with the position he placed you. Do it give it your 110% effort and be the best at it. Whatever y'all ask you to do for his kingdom, do it. And be satisfied with the position. You have anything you like to add?
Nope, I totally agree. You know, you have to stay in our own lane.
We have to stay in our own lane.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thank y'all and I pray that the words fall on good grounds to his people. And we thank you by saying, shalom, shalom.
Peace and blessings.